Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. Hear that rooster sing, coffee's ready for a fling. Southern Fried has news for you. Updates on life's going on, and maybe a joke or two. Get up, pray up, and coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. We got laughs, we got prayer, celebrate our nation every day. Love our vets, love our land. It's the home of the free and the land of the brave. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in and have a blast, for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most, and get up.
Good morning out there at Southern Fried Podcast land. I'm Rob, and this is the Southern Fried Podcast Morning Show. So glad you could make it in here this morning. Dave's not feeling real well. We're going to see what we can do here this morning. We here in the South are still under a heat advisory. Y'all be careful. Make sure you hydrate. Drink plenty of fluids because it is miserable hot outside with a ton of humidity. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's pretty dabbling rough. It's the roughest I've seen out there in a while for this extended of a period of time. We're headed for a high today down here of 98. I don't know what right now it's 77 outside and feels like 86, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It ain't gonna get no better. We're going to a high 98, so who knows what the real feel is going to be. Y'all be careful. And we got a little bit of relief in sight coming up this weekend, maybe. But, it's just, yeah. Let's look up the northern part of the state there real quick. Also under a heat advisory. 77 feels like 86 up there right now. Y'all are upgraded to a high of 93. So ain't that much cooler than what it is down here. So yeah, this humidity and stuff is just making it horrible. You're actually going to be hotter tomorrow at 96. Looks like you're going to start having some break in it on Wednesday. You've got 90, then 88, all the way into next Monday where you drop all the way back to 79. So hopefully y'all are getting some relief up there. I didn't see any relief for us really coming until the weekend. And I don't know how long it's going to be after that. And for relief for us, we got 83 on Sunday. That's what they're calling for now. And next Wednesday going back up to 89. Beyond that, I don't really have pulled up. So y'all be careful, careful, careful out there in this heat. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend, a good day at church yesterday. We are doing pretty well down this neck of the woods, trying to go over some headlines this morning. Yeah, we had Florida County School Board Chair Sarah Rockwell apologized for Facebook comments celebrating legendary wrestler Hulk Hogan's death on Thursday as one less MAGA in the world. Did Hulk die? This is what she said. Did Hulk die? I didn't even know. Good. One less MAGA in the world. She's deleted her comment since then. But she had to point out, she said she didn't like him personally, but she made a general disregard of someone's life and someone's death. The heck with people like that. And I'm put her name out there again. And this is the kind of people that everybody needs to know who they are. Just stay away from them. This is Florida County School Board Chair Sarah Rockwell. So people are just yutzes. We do have a new trade deal with Europe coming in. Need to find that. There it is. All right. So from what I understand on this, European Commission agrees to $750 billion in investments in energy purchases while accepting 15% tariffs. The euro rose on Monday after the United States reached a framework trade agreement with the European Union. U.S. President Donald Trump and the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. Sorry, I'm not real good with those names. Good morning, History Post. Glad you joined in this morning. And so famous management. Okay, welcome to you too. So we're agreeing that tariffs straight across for automobiles and everything else will be a straight across tariff of 15%. He announced from, guess what? Trump announced from Scotland. This is coming off Fox News, by the way. So we have a tariff of 15%. We have the opening up of all the European countries, which I think I could say were essentially closed. Said Europe will also purchase $150 billion worth of U.S. energy as a part of the deal, in addition to making $600 billion in other investments into the USA. This framework deal is similar to one forged with Tokyo negotiators last week, and we'll see Japan investing around $550 billion in the U.S. and a 15% tariff imposed on cars and other imports. By early Monday, the euro stood around 1.18. So, I mean, it's helping them to get it done as far as the value of their money. And yeah, this is yet another win for Trump here, getting our tariffs in line, getting everything out. I can't see how it's anything but a win. I do like seeing that. Maybe that'll calm these knuckleheads up in the Fed and get them to drop the interest rates a little bit. So we shall see. Got to pull it up. All right, so everybody's good morning. Okay. Sorry, y'all, give me just a sec. I'm still kind of sort of getting set. There we go. I don't get this. It's fame and management. Fame and management. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out that name. All right. So we got some weather outlook for the north part of the state and the south part of the state. I'll first look at some headlines. I did a very non-MAGA thing this weekend. I watched the new Superman movie. In my defense, I've always been a fan of Superman and all of his iterations. I enjoy the story of Superman. And I was very skeptical moving into this one when I heard that, James Gunn was trying to make the director was trying to make a statement. And I'm always leery of that. And so I watched it. I enjoyed it. I did see some stuff that could be called making a stand, but there was nothing in there that wasn't really hadn't come up before. Lex Luthor never liked Superman. He never liked that he was an alien, never liked that he was stronger than everybody, and that's pretty much what came out in this one. Although they did kind of say that, that did bring up that he was from another planet, that he was an alien, and he said, well, I'm just trying to protect life, and I don't know. I didn't see all the hoopla so those of you who haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it, and just we can happily discuss it on here. If you saw something that I didn't or whatever, we can discuss it on here. I didn't see where a whole lot of the hoopla came from. I just didn't see it. Of course, there's a big part of me that didn't want to see it, so but I didn't see it. I just didn't. And I enjoyed it. So the addition of crypto was pretty cool. Now they don't go over the whole how Superman came to Earth and all of that. They mention it, but they don't spend a whole lot of time on it. They don't spend any time on when he was a kid, really. I mean, he's just Superman. He's about 3 years after he announced that he was here. So a lot of the beginning stuff on Superman, James Gunn kind of skipped over. I don't blame him. The story is known. Now, I'm not going to go into it too much because it hadn't been out that long, and I want people to get a chance to watch it if they want to. I will say that Crypto stole every scene that he was in. That is the dog. So, yeah, he made me. So, I just didn't see it. And maybe it's there and maybe I just missed it. I don't know. But, and here's another thing that's going on that I'm worried about, kind of leery of. Something I've always been leery of is the drones, the private drones that people just fly. And this is another headline from Fox. Said recent incidents show how easily criminals can exploit America's unprotected airspace with potentially devastating consequences. As drone technology rapidly advances, industry experts are warning Congress about a potential airspace lapse creating the next national security threat if left unregulated. I'm not big on regulations, y'all. My goodness, it's just drones. Drone industry experts testify that the looming threats to airspace safety posed by unmanned aircraft systems. More than half of all near misses with commercial and general aviation are with drones. Okay, maybe we ought to control how high they can go. You know, Walker leads the world's largest drone services network while working closely with the federal FAA, the DOT and DOD and DHS to implement changes on national airspace policy. He implored lawmakers to build a nationalized system that has the ability to identify each drone pilot and mission throughout the country. And this is going a bit much here. We don't have awareness of our airspace. We don't have a common operating picture. We can't look at a picture and see all of the drones and manned aircraft and say, here's who this is and here's what they're doing. Okay. This is kind of like asking for papers again. You know, like the police, where are you going? Where are you been? Well, where I'm going ain't none of your business. Where I've been ain't none of your business. I've not committed a crime. You don't suspect me of that. This is like having to prove you're innocent all over again. I'm not real big on it. Not a big fan of drones. I am not a big fan. I think they can invade your privacy really quick. But at the same point in time, they're in public. Now, I might want to control how high they can go, but says currently the federal government does not have a centralized database that identifies a drone and its pilot in real time, creating security lapses around critical infrastructure throughout the country and a lack of accountability surrounding rules and regulations of airspace. Okay. Around secure zones, no-fly zones, I can see this, but there's already stuff in place for that for aircraft, so it should transfer right over to drones. Now, granted, you don't know where the operator is right off the bat, but I mean, all that stuff's interconnected. They got ways to. The implementation of remote ID, a digital license plate for drones, was rolled out in an attempt to identify UAS systems, but can easily be overridden to conceal a pilot's identity, according to Walker. The problem right now is everything is about policy. We have a policy that says you can't go above 400 feet. We have a policy that says you can't fly during temporary flight restrictions. We have a policy that says you can't fly in restricted airspace. And those policies have been violated over 1 million times. So, well, you know, go say this. If the people are violating it, you need to find a way to catch them. If they're violating the laws and they're violating their policy and stuff like that, and they make the policy into law and then enforce it, there has to be some way that they can set up these things where they can enforce it to where they can track down the operator. You know, I'm not real big on that. If they're not, but they should only be done if they're violating it. You know, Walker guy told Fox News Digital, I would argue we have no awareness of the airspace whatsoever. If you don't have awareness, you do not have control of your airspace. And if you don't have control of your airspace, you can't defend your airspace, which means you have no sovereignty of your airspace. I know a lot of these things could carry a lot of weight, and they could possibly, you know, be used to attack aircraft. And I'm not for that. Okay? I'm not for that. What I would like to see is a system in place to where if you're flying one of these things, if it goes above a certain altitude, if it goes over a certain area, it sets off an alarm. It goes right back to the operator as well. You know, if you're going to break the law, they need to have some way to enforce it. If you're going to set up the rules and this stuff and policy, then you got to have some way to enforce it. So that I don't think it's necessarily by putting more regulations out there. You know, oh, I agree, broski. I agree. It'd be easy, but it should be relatively easy to also track the people who are breaking the law. You know, they have a policy that says you can't go over 400 feet. If you go over 400 feet, it shuts off. That would be a pretty, I mean, most of these things have GPS on them anyway. If it goes over 400 feet in there, just have it shut off. It says you have a policy that says you can't fly during temporary flight restrictions. If it goes up in the air when they have temporary flight restrictions, shut it down. We have a policy that says you can't fly in restricted airspace. Have it where if it crosses the lines for restricted airspace, it shuts down. I mean, that wouldn't be. I mean, they got GPS that can turn cars off. I'm pretty sure we set up a GPS that turn a drone off. Now, I know some people spend a lot of money on these things, and they would not. Says Davis chatting in with us a little bit here. Says you can't easily taking them down without hurting normal operations. That may be. I mean, I'm at airports. Okay. That's true. I don't know if you put in a line, you can't put in like a real line, but like a invisible fence that they use for the dogs or whatever, or something along that lines. You know, and they cross over trying to go into the airport, not coming out, but going into. Oh, that could be an issue too, because you got to get the planes out and you got to get the drones in. I don't know what the answer to that's going to be for the airports and stuff, but we do I do think we need to have security in our skies. Our airports need to be secure, and our cities need to be secure. You know, but these things right here, they should be fairly simple to shut them down. So, good morning, Miss Jenny. I don't blame you. Dave said he'll secure his airspace. I'll secure mine too. But you know, it's going to be interesting to see which way this goes. You know, they have the devices out there. They can be considered to be, yeah. Oh yeah. Either way, attacking planes, or they're concerned about tracking targets on the ground. Drones are very versatile. They can be used in a lot of bad ways. I'm just you know, we if we start implementing policy and law, and that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I got no love of drones. I got no desire to own one. I don't want to see them flying over my property or around my house. I don't like that. Says the FBI concern was hitting airplanes on the tarmac or ground. Yeah, that would be. I mean, you're not even trying to hit a moving target. I would like to see something done about this. I'm not exactly sure what the answer is going to be. There's got to be some way to set up kill switch. I mean, they ought to have a built-in kill switch. That would be something where you could trigger that if it violates any of the rules and regulations, where it shuts it down, you know, and turns it off. Yeah, people that own drones would not be happy about that. People that are flying, because those things I'm sure aren't expensive, but if they cross a certain point, have them shut down, you know. And if they want to go in there and get it and admit they were the one doing that, or they can just lose their drone. Of course, it has to be registered now. I think they've got that to where it's a registered thing. That's where the where's that thing at? They called it by name up here. That was way up. Bubba Wallace wins the SF Podcasting Small Town Shout Out, Briny Breezes, Florida. Huh? Brickyard. All right, Brickyard 400. Let's see here. They already have a thing on that. But anyway, I don't know. They need to just figure out a way to just shut the things off when they go in. And that'll take care of that. I mean, these guys lose 4 or 5 of these things. So, today's birthday, Glorilla, Lori Lawlin, Dana White, Jacqueline Kennedy. Miss Jackie Kennedy. Hi, Jackie Kennedy. She was classy. One of Dave's favorite people, Lindsey Graham. Not really. He had a run-in with the NBC Meet the Press host, Kristen Welker. She asked if he was trying to distract from the Epstein matter during a heated exchange on Sunday over the Trump admin allegations that former President Obama may have directed the U.S. intelligence agency to implicate Trump in the Russiagate scandal. Ooh. Graham told her, said, "You're trying to sweep this stuff under the rug, and that's not right." The argument erupted over recent allegations lodged by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. Gabbard claimed that declassified intelligence documents and declassified 2020 House Intelligence Committee report revealed that in the waning days of the Obama administration, the then president ordered U.S. intelligence and intel agencies to alter their assessment of Russia's attempts to interfere in the election. Well, you know, to call him out. If you've got I'm going to say the same thing to this as I said to Schiff's proof. Put it out. Show it. Show it to the American people. Quit treating us like a bunch of idiots. We can see stuff and make up our own minds. We don't need you to tell us what to believe. We don't need you to tell us what you think. We can make up our own minds. Put the proof out there. Let's see it. Call it out. It's the same thing with the Epstein list. Put it out. Quit hiding it. Put it out. We don't care if they're Democrat, Republican, Independent. Put it out. Let's clean the mess up. We can't accomplish anything by just ignoring it and pretending like it didn't happen. Put it out. Put the proof out. Let's deal with it. Quit hiding behind supposed morals that I'm not sure anybody up there has. Let's go ahead, air it out. If it's a problem, let's clean it up. Quit hiding behind your vanity. Quit hiding behind everything else. You know, if you did it, deal with it, and we're going to deal with it too as voters, I would hope. But you know, if it's a thing, that's all right. It's a thing. Let's move forward. Well, we can't move forward from it until you put it out there. And y'all said you were going to put it out, so let's put it out. We want to know. We want to know if there's people out there that still need to be held accountable. We want to know if the whole 9 yards. We have a right to know. We're the voters, the voters. We are the people that elect the people that go up there. We want to know. And it's important to us. Whether it's important to you or not doesn't matter at this point. Now y'all are just hiding it. Quit it. Just put it out. My goodness. Oh man, that just. We have everybody's talking about still guns. Okay, guns are a fact in America. Second Amendment gives us the right to keep and bear arms, which is great. I'm all about that. I'm all about the Second Amendment. All right. And people are like, it's the gun's fault. It's the gun's fault. It's the gun's fault. Oh, if we didn't have these guns fault, these guns out there, we wouldn't have all these attacks. We'd be perfectly safe if we just didn't have guns. Just guns. Just take the guns out of the equation. Remove them from everybody. Nobody needs a gun. Okay. It's hogwash. All of our hunters out there just cringed. Let me go ahead and put this out there. Coming around in a circle. We have the right to keep and bear arms in this country. And this little story right here, snippet, is why. Michigan Walmart stabbing spree suspect identified as police seek terrorism and assault charges for rampage. This 42-year-old jackass, this 42-year-old man, Bradford James Guile, will face 1 count of terrorism and 11 counts of assault with intent to murder on a random stabbing spree. A knife, not a gun, a knife. All right. This is on Sunday afternoon. The motive for it is still unknown. This guy had a history of prior assault incidents as well as controlled substance violations. Michael, you're absolutely right. I have yet to see a rifle or sidearm attack anyone by itself without a nut behind the trigger. All right. These people that he stabbed, 7 victims were in fair condition, 4 were in serious conditions. The victims ranged in age from 29 to 84 years old. 1 Walmart employee was injured in the attack. This happened Saturday night. Well, it says on here it was Sunday after. Oh, okay. They got him Sunday afternoon. Yes. In Traverse City, Michigan. Yeah. All right. Here's the thing. He did it with a knife. Everybody's worried about guns. If somebody wants to hurt somebody, they'll find a freaking way to do it. If they want to be crazy, they're going to find a way to let the crazy out of the box. It's going to happen. Okay? Yeah, he used a folding knife. It's not like it's a pocket knife. They said I was talking with a Walmart employee about it Saturday who's from Michigan. My goodness. This goes into my whole thing. Well, we got to do away with this type of gun. That's an assault weapon. Okay. There is no weapon that's not an assault weapon. It's a weapon. It's implied. Assault is implied in the title. If it's a weapon, it's assault. It's a weapon. It's made to be used. But at the same point in time, it's a tool. There are idiots that use hammers out there every day. Every day. I mean, it's saws and everything else. It's tools. And come on, people. See, David said she was greatly concerned due to family in the area. Michael said he's a nut and that's it. Did you see the knife? wasn't playing too well. Cheapest knife you can buy, absolutely. But you know what? He still stabbed 11 people with it. Steve, Celtic Blacksmith, good morning. And you too, Michael. Steve said, I saw the video of this happening, and people were in the comments turning it into a debate about guns. Pathetic. And it's not even about guns. That's just it. Yes, Michael, we have assault knives in our kitchen drawer. Assault knives. I would disagree. Actually, defensive weapons wouldn't be for assault. Okay, and I agree with that in what you're saying there. If you have it for defensive purposes, you're not carrying it to assault someone. You're carrying it to defend yourself. If defending yourself requires you, if they pull out a weapon to assault you and you assault them back harder, I don't have a problem with that. I'm not saying we need to go back to the Wild West. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm not saying that we... There's a lot of stuff settled in the middle of a street in the Wild West, at least in the movies. But, nation of laws. We have rules. We should be able to defend ourselves. Whether you're using it defensively or offensively, somebody's fixing to get assaulted. I wouldn't call it assault, though, if it's in self-defense. I agree with that, Steve. We should have the right to defend ourselves. And this just goes in to show you can use anything out there. What if this guy had used a hammer and was going around bashing people in the head with them? You can do a lot of damage with a hammer. We're gonna ban hammers. We're gonna ban knives. Oh no! Now we're gonna turn into more debate about guns. Yeah, y'all shut up. This wasn't even an attack with a gun, and it just goes to show that if somebody wants to do somebody harm, they will find a way to do it. They will find a way. Oh, we're gonna ban folding knives now. This was a folding knife, a cheap folding knife. That's what we're gonna ban now. I guess that'll be next on the list. Some aren't for assault or defense. For example, my HK91 is an emotional support rifle. Is it loaded? It's just silly. And this should be showing the silliness of doing away with firearms, but instead it's just exasperating the point. There's, you can't, if there's something out there that's dangerous, people are going to find a way to use it. They're going to. Oh. Yes, that is a good one, Steve. Of course it's loaded. An empty gun is a useless gun. And it's also not emotionally supportive if it's empty. It's got nothing to give. I think we're looking at the Lucia Campanella. Good morning. I think we're looking at that whole thing wrong, but that's just me. And it's not just me. There's a lot of people out there that think that we're looking at this whole thing wrong. If we had guns out there and stuff like that, saying everybody needs a gun, but if you didn't know who was carrying and who wasn't carrying, you wouldn't be pulling stupid stuff like that. Michael says, everyone needs to sit down with their guns and have a long talk about not shooting people. Yes, gun. Don't you squeeze that trigger. No, wait, you can't. Don't you point yourself at oh, wait, you can't. Don't you cock yourself. No, you can't do that either. Have a long talk with yourselves about it. And not just that, express to your children the value of human life. That's another thing we don't talk about anymore. We have so many movies and so many games, and I'm not saying it's the movies and the games' fault. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, as parents and we're not doing a very good job of getting the word out to our children. Our children are coming up, are like, a human life has been so devalued. It really has. It used to be that it meant something, but now it seems like it's just degraded to the point to where it's like, oh, well, he died. No. Steve said, my guns are very well behaved. I came home the other night and they had cleaned the whole house and made me dinner. There's so many things that I could say and so many things that I want to say. Very well trained, Steve, but I'm just not going to. Don't forget, we have Mama Said tonight at 8 p.m. And Cornbread Nation Radio will go live today, apparently. Announcement this afternoon. Yes. Broski says pepper spray is illegal in Canada and the UK. You can't carry a blade in the UK either. Oh, yeah. Well, because no one ever gets killed in the UK or Canada. No. I bet you can carry a blade in the UK. You could probably carry an axe that's got a blade on it. And they say it's a tool, shovel. I mean, there's all kind of stuff you can still use. I just call it a tool. And you said, if somebody wants to do somebody harm, they're going to. What about, you can't carry a blade in the UK? Can you have a chainsaw? Of course, we don't hear about many random chainsaw attacks because they're kind of moody and cantankerous to start with. Get out there on their own, running around. You can have 3D printed items. Laugh out loud. Blade can be done, but called a letter opener. There you go. Dave, that's a good point too. And they're still just as sharp. They're still going to do just as much damage. They're still going to hurt people. It's some common sense. Common sense. That's where you can cane gun. Yeah. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have common sense practices in place for handguns and assault and guns. There should be some common sense applied there. Good morning, Team Smith 39. Kane only needed a rock. You're right. I mean, how much damage could you do to somebody with a brick? I mean, come on. What is a brick? If you throw it at somebody, it's a projectile. It's a bullet. It's just really big, and it's not going to penetrate that far because you're not going to get that much velocity with a throw. But it's going to hurt. Thud. We could sit here and have this argument all day long with everybody. There's people out there that said carry a cane with gun in the handle. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that is just the whole gun thing. We have a right to keep and bear arms. That's a right. It's not a maybe. It's not a. It's a right, and we should be able to live under that. Now, are these kids getting a hold of weapons and doing stupid stuff? Some of them. Just have to hit someone with their eggs. And that's horrible. And I'm not in support of that. Those kids shouldn't be able to get hold of guns. There should be an age limit on it. All right. Not arguing that. But yes, Dave, hands can be a lethal weapon. Lay hands on me and I'm going to lay hands back. And I ain't praying. You're absolutely right. Hands can be just as deadly. is anything else. And we carry those with us usually wherever we go, unless we've lost one. You know, it's just crazy. We don't, if there's a way to hurt somebody, we're going to find it. They're going to find it. You know, bombs, everything else. I mean, there's ways to do it. Yeah, it just, and we want to blame the gun always. Always it's the gun's fault. Always it is the gun's fault. Ain't nobody said it was that cheap folding knife's fault up there in Michigan last weekend. Ain't nobody said it was the knife's fault. It was that guy. Look who we got. You know, if somebody went after somebody with an axe, it was the axe's fault. Well, somebody has to swing it. You know, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. Keep a Democrat in your pocket to beat someone with. Yeah, guys, it is. It's all across the U.S. It's not just one or two places. Y'all be careful. These are unsettled times. I hope we get it back. I remember when there were consequences for your actions, and now it's like we've done away with consequences. Just go out there and do whatever you want to do. It'll be all right. Just do what you want to do. No, it's not all right. We do have looking out. A little change in subject, not completely, because this could be violent too. Our August forecast is way high right now as far as tropical activity. It's looking like we might get a storm or two this month, maybe even more. There's a whole bunch of low pressure sitting out there in that warm water, just churning it up. So, conditions north of the Caribbean and near the Bahamas could become more favorable for tropical development in about 7 to 10 days. Yes, energy people do love storms over time. Yeah. I have a whole shop full of items that can be used as a defensive weapon. Amen. That's my whole point. You know, you go out in any guy's shop, and he's got, 15 or 20 things out there that can hurt somebody. And he's probably hurt himself with them, you know. I mean, what can a sledgehammer do to somebody? What can post hole diggers do to somebody? I mean, let's be fair. The way my back is, if I were to swing a sledgehammer, it would probably hurt me just as bad as the person I hit, because it wouldn't, well, I don't know if that's actually true, but I would pay a price. It would hurt me as well. Yeah, a torque wrench, a big old ratchet, big old anything, pipe wrench. I mean, just think about it. All the things that are out there. We're dry for a few times. Yeah, Michael. It's been kind of wet, but not really. So it's been we've gotten a lot of rain in, but with the heat up like it is, pitchfork. Yeah. Any of that stuff can be used as a weapon. Why are we so focused in on the guns? Because they're used a lot. Well, people are lazy, and that is the easiest way to defend or assault. Squeeze trigger. People are lazy. I'm just saying. I mean, it's crazy that we're going to blame the tool and not the person that did it. Yes, iron skillet, baby. That does some damage. I got a great old big one in there too. Not that I ever would use it for something like that, because that's where I make my cornbread. And I ain't messing up my cornbread skillet for nobody. They just gonna have to get hit with the broom, not the swishy end either. Oh man. Michael said, I still have a few of the cast iron fireplace irons. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. Yeah, hang on to them, man. You might need them someday. You never know. Especially with the way things are going anymore. Oh, sorry. I was up late last night and I got the yawns this morning. Lindsey Graham would be excited about that. Could you imagine a war fought with cast iron skillets? Let's just think about this for a minute. Dong, dong, dong. Steve said, when I've had too much Taco Bell, I'm not required to wear rubber drawers, am I? And that's deadlier than most firearms. It's registered as excessively lethal in 47 states and Guam. Dude. Oh, Lindsey Graham would be excited about the bro. He'd be excited about anything. And that would be awesome, though. Yeah, and it goes along with the Taco Bell comment, too. You're just having everybody go out and fight with cast iron skillets. Boom, boom. Make a run for the border. Boom. I can see it. I can picture it in my mind's eye. It'd be great. And let me tell you, it'd be a quick war. I'm going to tell you, that cast iron skillet swung properly, it's not going to be good. Now we also have, Trump has said that, Hamas hardened up on a hostage deal. Israel must now make a decision. Oh, yeah, that's Dave, Steve. He's not. He's a little under weather this morning. Steve is going for a gas attack. When Trump makes a warning like that, you might want to pay attention. Jewish people want their bodies back. I mean, that's what happens with the remains is important to them. And it's, and they're not going to stop till they get their people back. And on the cast iron, subject there, America's cast iron cowboy reveals why traditional skillets remain the ultimate tool. Cast iron cookware lasts for generations, says Chuck Wagon Cook and YouTube star. Cooking was better when it was done in cast iron. Oh, yeah. So you've got a lot of real piano wire there. That's and yes, the gas attack. Unlike Teflon or stainless steel, cast iron doesn't wear out, he said. Cast iron holds heat better than anything else and transitions seamlessly from stovetop to open flame. It's something that'll last for generations that you can hand down. Nobody ever writes in the will, I'm going to leave you my Teflon pans, but people will fight over a cast iron skillet. Nobody was ever anemic when I was growing up, when I was little and in school, Rollins said. Nobody was low on iron because everybody cooked in cast iron. It is the best thing to cook with. Some home cooks try away from cast iron, feeling it's too hard to clean, but Rollins says it's the easiest thing to clean in the world right after cooking with it. And it is. Just don't wait. All it takes is hot steaming water. It'll clean itself just about. Let's see here. Mafia stuff out there. Yes. Michael saying, Dave, have a blessed day. Thanks. Pray for me and wife, and we will do so. And some will probably be moved tomorrow. We'll pray about that as well. Steve says, please, if I get low on iron, I just eat iron. Well, of course, the blacksmith would just eat iron. Well, I'll tell you what, on Dave's topic here on prayer and stuff like that, want to start trying to enter morning show on prayer note if we can and stuff like that. I think it's very important for start a day off with some prayer. Let's give a start out here. If y'all would bow your heads with me, let's have a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the blessings that you give us. We thank you for being able to get up this morning and start our day off. We ask you to please be with the ones who are sick, who are heavy-hearted, the ones that need protection, for you to put your hand of protection over. We have a lot of sick and hurts going on right now, not just with me and Dave, but with other followers out there on the podcast. We ask you to be with them. Put your hand of blessing and protection on them. Most of all, this morning, dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died that we might be forgiven. And when therein lies our salvation. And we love you, Lord, and we thank you. And we love all of our followers, and we ask you to bless them all. And y'all have a great day. And dear Heavenly Father, we ask you for all. Thank you for all. In Jesus' precious name, amen. Michael says, Steve's about 75% iron anyway. Today's scripture is Galatians 2:20. This is from Dave. I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. Yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. And the life which I live now, I live in the flesh. I live by the faith of the Son of God. Amen and amen. Yeah. I added the God there. I think I'm right, Dave. Make sure I'm right. I don't have my Bible sitting right here like I normally do. Anyway, it's about 2 till. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in this morning. Hey, if you have any prayer requests, please send them to Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com. We'll be happy to pray for and with you. If you have birthdays that you want to put up or want us to give you a shout out on, same address, Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com. We're happy to do those things. Let's see, who loved me and gave himself for me. Yes. Michael, you have a great and blessed day too. All y'all do. We thank the world of every one of y'all out there, and we do appreciate it. And, we do pray that God keeps us going in the right direction too. So that's another big thing for us. So everybody, y'all have a great day. It's about 7 o'clock. Let's do this. We love y'all. Y'all be good. And we will see y'all next time. Or tonight. For Mama said. Whoa. Yes, don't forget your SFP coffee. Go in there and get you a cup of it if you've ordered it. I've got mine. I know Dave's got his. So let's not forget it. Let's not forget our Patriot Mobile. Sign up for Patriot Mobile. I mean, let's support companies that support what we believe in. That same thing goes for Mammoth Nation. Let's do it. Why can't I say that the other company, Dave? I can't say it. For the throw it up, Dave. Okay. Payroll. Yes, Payroll. And you'd think I'd remember that because that's a funny sound. And Pay World, don't forget it. And don't forget Duddy. Y'all check out our sponsors and stuff like that. It's helps us keep trucking along. So, and we appreciate it. All right, guys. Y'all have a great, wonderful day. And we will see y'all tonight for Mama Said. We'll get in touch with our mama here. Y'all better behave or we'll have her strap your legs up. Y'all have a great day, guys. We'll see you tonight.
Get up, pray up, coffee up.